Well, good evening. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. This is obviously the match review. We're going to be having a look at an in-depth, bit of a conflab, if you like, about the game today against Southampton at St James's Park. But before I introduce the panel and we get into it, let's do some housework and we'll crack on. Welcome to everybody watching across all the platforms. Thanks to all the mods in the background that work tirelessly. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy the show. It just helps us get further as a channel to other supporters. Subscribe, it's totally free. Hit that bell for any future content. We do stuff 7 days a week. And if you want to support the channel, help us grow, you can become a member for a small monthly fee. And that will get you a chance of winning a prize and some, obviously, behind the scenes members content. Don't forget to have a look at our webpage. We'll be updating that regular. It's totally ad-free. We do it for the love of the club, and you can visit that on nufctalk.tv. If you've got a question for me or any of the members of the panel as we go on, try and put a capital Q in front of that question, just so it highlights that you've got something to ask, and we'll do our best to reply or respond. And if we can't respond, we will do some homework and get back to you. But obviously, apologies to everybody if we don't mention all in the chat, as I would imagine there's a lot of frustration out there. It will be censored to a degree, so please mind your P's and Q's. But again, we don't mind you guys chatting in the background amongst each others. But if you do want to guarantee your message highlighted, use the $sign. Guarantee that message getting out there. Just follow the instructions. And anybody wanting to gift any members will be highlighted, and anybody becoming a new member will also be highlighted and mentioned as we go on. So without further ado, welcome to my lovely panel. Oh, we've got another one coming in. I'm going to, just before we start, guys, I am going to just put the link up in the on the screen now. So anybody watching and you want to become a part of the forum, if you like, the post-match forum, the debate, and we're going to talk about obviously what happened at St James's Park today. Then please,
I admit I was at the main room at the game.
just obviously copy that link. Use your phone. You don't even have to come on if you don't want to show your face. We can listen to your dulcet tones in the background. But it would be lovely as a channel to hear your views, because that's what we are here for. Gentlemen, welcome to the post-match. I hope you've all calmed down now, because obviously it was a little bit of a stressful day today at St James's Park. It wasn't as easy as we first thought. Before I go in to ask everybody's opinion, what I was going to do, I've had a look on Newcastle's webpage for their post-match review, if you like, because obviously with it being a Newcastle review, you expect there to be a lot of bias towards us, and it reads the same. But I thought, just to get a bit of a refresher, I thought I'd go through some of the points and then show on the screen exactly some of the figures at the end of the game, which is a bit of a strange look considering it was our first game at home. So on their webpage, it states the hosts were reduced to 10 men towards the half-hour mark after Fabian Schär's straight red card following an altercation with Saints forward Ben Brereton Diaz, but found themselves ahead on the stroke of half-time following Joe Linton's composed finish. After playing with over 10 men for over an hour, I don't know why they've put over twice, recording 22% of possession throughout the 90, the Magpies held firm to record an impressive clean sheet along with maximum points at St James's Park. Eddie Howe's side were aiming for a third successive opening day win and faced a Southampton side who gained promotion to the English top flight last term via the Championship playoffs. Southampton defender Jack Stevens looked to have stroked the visitors ahead in the opening stages after tapping home a Will Smallbones cross come shot, but the Saints skipper effort was disallowed after straying into an offside position. The contest took a dramatic twist towards the half hour as Schär was sent off for NUFC. After Brereton Diaz shoved the Swiss defender to the ground, the latter appeared to push his head into the Chile international, who theatrically fell to the floor, before referee Craig Pawson gave the centre-back his marching orders to the frustration of the home supporters. Brereton Diaz was heavily booed by the majority of the 52,000 in attendance, almost fired the Saints ahead after connecting with Sugawara's bending cross from the right flank, but directed his header wide of the target. And the 45th minute, Newcastle took the lead from Joe Linton's strike after Isak pounced upon Alex McCarthy's weak pass inside the box. The Swedish striker picked out Joe Linton before the Brazilian midfielder, who celebrated his 28th birthday on Wednesday, slotted a low effort into the left-hand corner in front of the raucous Gallagher end. Lewis Hall produced a heroic goal line clearance short after the restart to prevent Adam Armstrong equalising for the visitors, hooking away a former Magpies low first-time shot from Joe Arabi's dangerous cross, before Brereton Diaz's rebound was crucially blocked out for the corner by Tino Livramento. Pope making his first Premier League outing of the calendar year on home soil since sustaining a dislocated shoulder against Manchester United in December, produced an excellent save to deny Armstrong as the Geordie forward's stinging drive was importantly tipped over the crossbar by the England international. Newcastle continued to defend valiantly throughout the second half, although Armstrong went close once more, dashing United's clean sheet hopes, and the striker's deflected effort from Flynn Down's tee-up flew narrowly wide of the left-hand post. With the full-time whistle approaching, Pope contributed with a key save as the Magpie shot-stopper held Carlos Alcaraz's goal-bound header from Sami Amiao's teasing cross into the box. Despite 5 minutes of stoppage time, Newcastle were able to withstand Saints' late attacking surge to secure a valuable 3 points. And obviously, we only really used a couple of subs, and that was Lloyd Kelly for Lewis Hall, Harvey Barnes for Anthony Gordon, and obviously Emil Kraft came on for Murphy. And obviously, we've got a new captain on board today, which was Bruno Guimaraes. So I am going to leave you guys. I'm going to start with Win, because obviously Win was at the ground. Lewis, was you at the ground today?
Yes, and Mason was as well.
And Mason. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, because obviously you guys were at the ground, us 3 panelists were watching on TV. So I'm going to give Win the first one. Then I'm going to have a listen to you, Lewis. Then I'm going to get Mason's views. That's all the live views, and then we'll come to the other guys after that. So Win, the floor is yours, sir.
Well, there's no like watching Newcastle, is there?
No.
Never a dull moment. That was a hard watch. Hard watch. Made so by a despicable refereeing performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely atrocious refereeing from start to finish. As far as the key point of the game concerned, apart from the goal, obviously, the sending off to me, Brereton Diaz committed a blatant foul off the ball on Shea, just pushed him to the ground. Shea, not very happy, got up and pushed him back. And then Brereton Diaz came to him, as far as we could all see. Bear in mind, I haven't seen any replays. Brereton Diaz came to him, and Shea literally just stood his ground. And it looked to us as though Brereton Diaz was the one who had actually made the forward movement into Shea's forehead. And then he went down like a sack of spuds. And it was, for the referee to be conned by that. Listen, Shea deserved a booking, if you like, for retaliation, for getting back up and pushing Brereton Diaz. But as far as, because he'll now get a 3-match ban for violent conduct. And when you see some of the tackles that were going in today, if you think that's the most violent thing that happened on that pitch today, I don't know what you're watching. Because some of the tackles that were going in on Bruno in particular were just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the bottom
Didn't get much
line
protection.
is, have we finally learned how to win games ugly?
Yeah.
Because the stats say it all. 72% possession to Southampton. And we come away with the 3 points. That's the most important statistic of the day.
Absolutely.
But now we've got to... How important is it now that we get Gay?
Well,
you know, we're now going to be without Shea for 3 games.
Yeah, and I
so
think that's it. Well, whoever we go for
suddenly puts a huge amount of urgency on that. And by the way, I don't think that point will be lost on Steve Parish. So don't be surprised if suddenly the 70 asking price goes up to 75 or 80.
Yeah, because of the desperation now.
But the bottom line is you cannot pay for team spirit. No. And that's what we had today in abundance.
Yeah,
the togetherness and the fighting spirit shown there was absolutely magnificent. Magnificent.
Yeah.
Horrible to watch, but by God, was it effective. Great stuff.
Absolutely. Go on then, Lewis. Give us your take of the live performance, mate.
Yeah, but to be fair, where the incident happened, it was right in front of me as well. Cause it happened right in front of me.
Right.
I have seen a couple of replays because I have watched it on Peacock, like and that. The referee blew Craig Paulson blew his whistle, the single free kick for us in the centre circle. Diaz has literally kicked the football. One of the Southampton players has kicked the football to the east stand corner. And then obviously Shea has tried to pick up the ball and pass it back. Diaz has nudged them down. That's a yellow card because it's off the ball. The referee's blew his whistle. The player's dead. And then obviously they both had a bit of argument, argy-bargy. And then obviously Diaz is actually did the headbutt on our player, and he went down like as Wynn said, a sack of potatoes. It's like you, and if that's the case, then why has to me? Yeah, it's exactly why has VR not said to go over to the pitch side monitor and have a look for yourself? Have a look for yourself, because this is listen to the radio on the way back home. They said yes, it's some people seen this red card, some people seen it yellow. Let the referee have a look at another in slow-mo and see what's caused it. Because it's a couple of incidents.
To be honest, what's caused it is irrelevant. You're not allowed to headbutt players.
Exactly.
But to me, it looked to me as though Shea was 100% vertical. His head never went forward at all. He just stood his ground and sort of eyeballed Diaz, and it was Diaz coming up, going forward. That was what I saw.
Yeah, and that's how I've seen the pictures on actually on Facebook of his face. It's ridiculous. His face is like he's been shot from the stands. Over to you, Mason.
Yeah, go on, Mace. Give us your thoughts, buddy.
Chris, I'm surprised you're sticking up for a Chilean, by the way. I don't know, you're being sarcastic there.
I think so.
Surprisingly, with regards to, luckily enough, I sit in the same stand as Lewis, and luckily enough, I didn't see what had happened. But all I could just see was Shaw squaring up the Everton Diaz, and obviously the rest is history now. And I didn't realise what had happened till I seen the replays on social medias. But in again, I thought Gordon and Isaac were off it today. Like,
Yeah.
me personally, he should have given Asula a chance. I don't know why he gave him a chance.
Yeah, if I'm honest with you, there's a part of me that understands that when you need to control the game and you're not getting out. And don't get me wrong, Asula could have been used as an out if you were looking to play the long ball. But what you got more from Isaac than you would from Asula, especially as he's not in the Eddie Howe way of training yet, and in the Eddie Howe way of tactics. He's the defensive side that Eddie Howe wanted from the likes of Isaac. It's that more of a professional stance. And when he got the ball, there was a couple of times that did make me question what Isaac was doing, because even when we needed to control the ball and keep hold of the ball, he played that channel ball in to get Barnes behind. But you can't play the ball through three players at a diagonal when they're running back defending. It would have been much easier for him to move towards the corner flag, waste a couple of minutes, and then try and redistribute the ball. So there was a couple of things that was a little bit offish. I agree with you, but I understand why you didn't make that change.
Yeah, and
Dom,
I just want to say something as well.
Go on.
Like, there was a challenge on Bruno in the second half. The ref, Craig Pawson, said he won the ball. You went behind him. How can you win the ball from behind? You have to take the player's leg first before you win the ball. How's that not been flagged? And Craig Pawson, if the Premier League is watching this, put him to the Championship next week. Put him to the Championship. He deserves to be dropped. Or drop him to League One. Do something, because that referee performance, and the Premier League know he doesn't like Newcastle. Why make him referee a Newcastle game if he doesn't like refereeing us?
Yeah. Dom, you, like myself and Roy, watched it on the TV. Give me your views, my friend.
Okay, this is how it is. You see, one of the advantages of watching games on the TV, right, is that we see everything close up, and we see replays, slow-mo replays immediately. All right, so it's a bit difficult to get bullshit past us, okay, because we can see it clear as day, right? So it's not really football. I know there's a lot of talk on football, right? But what I saw earlier today, what I saw was a biased referee. If he's paid off, I wouldn't be surprised, because the whole game he was making dodgy calls. Okay, the Diaz call. Okay, everyone is talking about Diaz call. Fine. Okay, well that's a given. He totally ignored the handball. Okay, maybe two handballs, but maybe 1.5 handballs. Okay, and that 2-footed studs up challenge on Bruno was a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. So as I mentioned, if I'm sitting somewhere in the stands, right? If I'm sitting somewhere in the stands, it's a different perspective. But when you're watching from TV with professional cameras and slow-mos, you can bloody see the 2-footed challenge. You can see the studs up. It's an absolute disgrace, and this is just the main ones which I have, which is making me particularly agitated this evening in Malaysia, right? But it's making me particularly agitated. But throughout the whole game, he was making dodgy calls. Okay, and I'm from Malaysia. I know what corruption looks like, mates. I absolutely know what corruption looks like. I live in a bloody third world country. I know what it looks like. And every time he makes the call, I see the look on his face. You know that guilty look, the guilty look that people get when they're paid off? It's like he makes that call and he walks away. You know, he's got that look. And I know what it looks like, right? The calls were dodgy. I mean, yes, Southampton were bloody cheats, right? And if there's no consequences to behavior like this, then what are we doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I want to say something. I want to wish the Nottingham Forest player a speedy recovery after what I heard after the game.
Yeah. Danilo
dislocation.
Danilo got it bad.
And I want to wish for me and Mason. Want to wish Greg Ollie a speedy recovery as well.
Lewis, nobody
good
know
lad.
who Greg Ollie is, mate.
Greg Ollie is the
Nobody
Gator,
will know. Nobody will
it's the
know
Gator
who he is.
captain.
Okay.
And
Is
he,
it
he-
the
know
Gateshead
who he is.
captain?
yeah, and
Okay.
he got stretched off in the stretcher today
Oh,
away.
dear. How was you at Gateshead and at St James's Park, Lewis? You baffle me, you two.
No, because me and Mason are from Gateshead.
Oh, you hear the gossip.
No, we actually go to the Gator games when Newcastle's playing. If Newcastle's playing away, Gators are playing home, we go.
I got you. Right then, let's crack on with this. Roy,
Sorry.
that's all right. That's all right. Give us your thoughts, buddy.
Referee ruined the game completely, and it was basically 3 games. It was a game before the red card. We controlled the game, and we looked comfortable. We were going to score at any minute. Then the red card happens, and the team was a bit in a shock. And we got lucky. We scored that goal. I would say the third half. Second half, we just parked the bus, and he's destroyed it. If we lost today, that was because outside sources. And what are we going to go complain to the Premier League? They're the ones who appointed him. He's got. I don't think Dom's completely wrong there. I can see corruption or something happening. It wasn't just that one of the lads would have smashed Gordon's legs out just outside the box in the first half. Free kicks, we get the ball, we're going for it, we're playing. Instead of playing on, he stops the game and pulls the ball back.
That's it. I was furious at that. You know,
Yeah.
okay, it's a foul, but we'll keep
That
the ball.
happened 3 or 4 times. That happened 3 or 4 times.
Gordon is straight through a 1-on-1 on goal.
Yep.
And he blew it back.
3 or 4 times.
So it's I mean, what, you're going to ask for investigation or something? It's not going to happen. So it's either that, he's either corrupted or he's a useless referee. So if he's useless, he shouldn't be in the Premier League. Full stop. And why didn't you go see, like in FIFA rules, any red card gets checked. Any red card goes and gets checked. FIFA. Why is that not working in the Premier League? Go.
Well, I think it probably is.
It did get checked.
Every red card goes to VAR.
It did get checked. It came on. It came on the
season.
It came on the big screen saying checking red cards. But then when this isn't, then the stupid thing is it goes onto Twitter or X. But how can you bloody get it inside the stadium? You can't get a bloody signal to say why.
We know that.
What they're trying to do, though.
He should go and check it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's a point to, without being totally biased, because I know there's. Hold on. Well, what you've got to understand is, like I was saying in the green room, the letter of the law saying if you lead with your head, it is foul and dangerous play. So, whatever angle we have, and I know you're saying about going to the VAR, the rule this season is that the VAR are giving control more to the referees unless there's a clear and obvious error. Now, they could have questioned whether it was a red card or not, and you saw Bruno Guimaraes as captain on the day. He did say to him, "Can you VAR it? Can you VAR it?" And he'd already moved him away at that point. And what the VAR check would have done on the screen would have been in the background. It wouldn't have been as of what the referee was doing, because what they will be checking is, was it a clear and obvious error? And because, unfortunately, from whichever angle, we had the camera angle, and every angle that I saw, Shaw did lead with his head. Now, the reaction from Diaz, totally overreacted. And like I say, even if he moved his head forward, you're going to get some contact. Diaz makes the fall and holds his head, and Shaw's standing over him like the Almighty. Now, in any referee, in any walk of life, they're going to see that as serious conduct or serious foul play. So it gives Shaw gives the opportunity for the referee to make the call. It's not about was it or wasn't it. It's about Shaw at the moment losing his head and creating something that just wasn't needed. Because yes, he got pushed in the back. Yes, he was angry. He had every right to retaliate to a degree. But there's a point where you don't lead with your head. He could have just shoved him back and said, "Look, guys, it would have been 2 yellow cards and get on with it." But I just think that we are looking at. I think you're looking at the overall reaction, and I also have to take from what I saw, and yes, the referee I thought didn't have control of the game. I totally agree, but I think the biggest thing that I noticed today, a lot of respect has to go to Russell Martin's tactics. I think they came to us with a game plan. The game plan was to overpower us in the midfield with these wing backs that were constant. It made every player in the middle of the park go tight man for man. They had the space to do that. We didn't have any space whatsoever to work the ball or work any creations. Yes, there was lots of hard tackles coming in, and I think that at that point in the first 20 minutes, Southampton were actually on top. Now, what I'm going to put on the screen to share is the stats. And yes, this is over 90 minutes, and you can imagine after the first 20 odd minutes when Shah got sent off, it was going to change dramatically. But when you look at this, if you can't tell me that Southampton wasn't involved in this game from the off, because they certainly were. And like I say, you have to give Southampton credit for actually spoiling the day for us, because they could have easily been 1-0 up before we'd even had a shot at goal. Because unfortunately he strayed himself offside. It wasn't really. He didn't need to, because I think
he was going to go in.
Run late. Yeah, it was going to go there. So anyway, but if you look at these stats for what they are, you can see exactly what Southampton did to us throughout the game. It wasn't just after the sending off; it was pre-sending off as well, because they had more possession than us, and we're at home, and it was just purely based on tactics. Shots on goal, 1, which luckily went in.
That was the goal, yeah.
Yeah. Total shots, 2. The Lewis Hall one, obviously, that went over the bar. Possession, 78-22. Fouls, 16 fouls to our 15. To be fair, I am. This is the one that surprised me, because I could not see, or I didn't see how that shouldn't be double for us with the amount of challenges and tackles that was going in. It just seemed as if he allowed play to go on some of the challenges and then pulled ours back, which seemed a bit crazy. They'd got four yellow cards to our 2, 1 red card obviously to Shah. They got caught offside twice. Corner kicks 12-3, and obviously we had the 3 saves from Nick Pope. And yes, you are going to say that because of us being down to 10 men, that we're going to get. There's going to be some logic behind that. But like I say, you've also got to give respect to Southampton.
All I would say, Gary, is that those possession stats, you were saying Southampton had more possession in the first half hour.
Yes, they did. That was on screen.
Well, I'm surprised at that, because I thought we were in control.
No, we were getting hustled and bustled off the ball in midfield. We couldn't keep hold of the ball. And that's what I'm saying. From the TV, that's why I wanted to give the live views first compared to what we saw actually on TV. And I'm hoping there's going to be some guys in the chat that will support what I'm saying, because that's what it looked like. So at that point now, what we'll do, we'll go before we start marking players. I'm just going to read some of the points that we've got in there. Lewis, I'm going to say this referee lost control. That gave me had no idea what the hell was going on. You didn't see what caused Fabian to do what he did, but doesn't matter. We got the 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can guess that.
Yeah.
Davey T has put down. People can say Shaw was naive, but Diaz was absolutely embarrassing. He's cheated. Everything that is wrong with the game was there for all to see, including VAR and refereeing.
Yeah. And the person in charge of VAR today was Chris Kavanagh as well, who doesn't like us either.
He's got history with us, hasn't he? Alan McMurtry,
It's
can the
a
sending off
handpicked
not be
team.
appealed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can that sending off not be appealed? It should not be a suspension. Play acting from Forest player.
Forest player.
Maybe they were talking amongst
Southampton.
themselves. Yeah. But it can't be appealed if it's deemed as violent and aggressive. So it's up to
Any red card can be appealed.
Yeah.
Yellow.
But what I'm saying to you is,
Yellow card.
it's how they see it now, and that's what I said. It'll be the club seeing it going forward. The trouble is, though, if they appeal and lose,
Another game. So it's 4 games.
Absolutely, it could be repercussions. So they're going to have to watch the replays a few times to see if there's anything to appeal against.
As we're still talking about the red card, on the way back to the car, and that we bumped in, obviously, because we park at the blood bank at Newcastle because it's easier. And that we're walking up where all the coaches park for the away fans, and a couple of Southampton fans said that is the weirdest decision today as well. Even they are confused as well. And that's the from the Southampton fans.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was a strange game.
Yeah, but obviously they were talking about the red card. Some Southampton saying that's not a red card.
Yeah. I mean, to a lot of people, it wasn't. Even what's the lad's name who does Sky Sports? The Mike Deeney, is it?
Mike Dean.
Even he said,
now.
Well, I'm looking forward to Ref Watch on Monday.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. Even he said on Sky Sports, it was the silliest red card you will see because a lot of it was play acting, and there's no need to play act. But he did say with Shaw leading with his head, he gave the referee a choice to make, and that's what I said. You cannot say that Shaw isn't to blame in the decision making.
No, Shaw's to blame.
Even
for the original retaliation, but forget the headbutt. Just
forget the headbutt. Yeah, exactly. But I'm surprised, that Byrne didn't get anything because the way he picked Diaz off the floor and then threw him down again, it was a bit of a handful. Foxy says Brereton Diaz's reaction was embarrassing. Ref and VR can be questioned, but still Shaw has no excuses. 15-year pro shouldn't be reacting at all. Brereton Diaz gave Saints a chance to get a result today. That's absolutely true.
But
I think that was the game plan.
You know how players and managers get interviewed? Why does the referees not get interviewed?
That's another story altogether.
I'm going to say that's going to come. And AG's put down. He'll take 3 points any day of the week, even if it's not the best performance. And didn't we say exactly that the other day, Win?
Particularly when it's not the best performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Things can only get better. Ian Fleming, I agree with Shearer. I think Shaw was stupid. He's an experienced player. Should have walked away. So obviously Alan Shearer must have made some comments somewhere that I haven't seen.
Yes, he did on Radio 5 Live.
Right. JJ has put, we all like to win, but not at the expense of sportsmanship for me. Play hard, but fair. Yeah, I agree with that one as well. Bandit has put, was a red card, Shaw bang out of order, and line could have cost us 3 points plus 3 match ban. We cannot allow this to happen again. Well, like I said,
Eddie's going to have a word with him, yeah.
Absolutely. But it wasn't just that, was it? It was the reaction from 3 or 4 players post the event, because everybody seemed to have red mist for 5 to 10 minutes after the event. And I think, and we were, we were during our commentary, we were trying to say, lads, we've just got to calm down now. I mean, Bruno did a scissor kick on one player that could have got him a silly booking, and things like that. So you have to be very, very careful. Beers put down Diaz is a cheat, but we know he's a cheat, and we need to be more streetwise. This sort of thing encourages diving.
And what does that say to young fans watching, trying to be footballers?
Yeah. Now I'm saying Shaw shouldn't have been sent off. He didn't do anything. Shaw did not headbutt Diaz. Simple. That's from the Chris himself, the American.
But there was no assault. So what the VR should look at is Diaz dived.
Yeah, but
Unless Shaw's
the
got
referee,
Shaw's from
what the
Clifton.
referee's got to make a decision on the field decision, mate, not VAR. When you lead with your head and he reacts like that, you have to make an on-field decision. Now, if it was a clear and obvious mistake, VAR could ask him to go and have a look at it. But because they deemed it not to be a clear and obvious mistake, it was allowed to carry on as a non-field decision.
But I think it was a clear and obvious mistake. If it can clearly be, I haven't seen the replay yet, right? But if it can clearly be seen that it's Diaz's head that's going forward, and Cher's head isn't going forward, vertical, which is what we saw.
I think you need to have a look at the replay then, Win. Honestly, mate.
Right. Well, fair enough. As I say, I haven't seen the replay.
That's why I wanted to see the live reaction first compared to what we saw, because as much as it annoyed me,
if his head goes forward, that's no excuse.
No,
but
exactly.
That's the key. If it's like one of these 50-50 decisions, still let him have a look over. Still take him over to the monitor.
Only if it's a clear and obvious
if his head's going forward, there's not a 50-50 decision. If his head's going forward, VAR can quite rightly say, referee's decision.
There's contact. Yeah.
Fair enough. If his head has went forward, but still, if his head is vertical, Diaz has put his head into like Shaw's face and goes down. Surely that should be a red card to Diaz.
Yeah, well.
But still go and have a look at the monitor.
Maybe Cher should have went down.
Yeah, if Cher went down,
they should have both went. They should have went both down, and both been sent
exactly
off.
what I said on the time. Yeah.
No, because if the rule is about the head moving forward, right? But Cher's head didn't go forward. It wasn't like this. It was just like this.
It was dumb. It was forward. If you look, he was leaning forward like that. And it was his head and Diaz did come forward as well with his head, but it was Diaz's reaction afterwards. And wherever the referee is in that point, he will see Shaw headbutting Diaz. And that is the on-field decision. That's what I'm saying. You cannot rule, as much as we can all have an opinion of it, the rules state if you lead with your head, you can get sent off. And exactly that's what's happened to us today.
I like your T-shirt though, Dom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bad decisions.
Bad decisions.
Because it was a bad decision by Cher to retaliate, and it was a bad decision.
Bad decisions all day.
Well, for example, if let's say Shaw's head is slightly forward, but Diaz has put his head into our player.
You can't say that, Luis.
Well,
you can't say that because if ifs don't work. It's fact. It's what happened on the day.
Fair enough. But let's say if they both went down, would they be both sent off or both booked?
I mean, they've probably both been booked and told to get on with it. That's what I've said.
Well, Diaz was getting booked for the tackle anyway.
Yeah, you got booked to show the board.
For the push.
Yeah. And he got sent off because of his reaction to the push. AG says, big up Longstaff for some good old school tackles today. I thought Longstaff did tackle well today. He was part and parcel of the crew all day today. Foxy's put down, Saints weren't going to turn up and roll over for us. Only chance they had to get a result was doing something like what they happened today. Shaw took the bait and changed the entire game. Diaz always does this. And that's exactly what I said before. They seem to just bait us. And we did take it. Jamstasher, that Diaz shove on Shaw's back was horrible. Those hurt and could cause serious back problems.
That's the example. If you did push him in the back, why did Shaw not roll around?
Shaw should have stayed down when he pushed him.
Yeah, he should have. He should have acted more about it. Yeah. Gordon lost today, as if he had another club in his mind, or am I just being cynical?
I think that's what I thought. Gordon looked good today. He was absolutely trying his on.
Derek, I disagree with you there, Lee.
I disagree with you.
I thought it was shite.
I don't think he had. I don't think he.
Even people.
Sure, I just think there was no outlet for him today.
You've frozen, mate.
I think he was rusty. He spent the whole summer on the bench.
He looks half a yard slow at the minute, doesn't he?
It's just one.
Well, I thought he looked okay to me.
AG's put it was PSG replay as soon as we scored. park the bus, but we look solid at the back. We were. I thought that, like Wynne says, the togetherness was absolutely amazing today.
Oh, the team spirit was second to none.
But like,
Well,
but as we've been
I tell you
saying,
what. I tell you what I liked, and please, if you get the chance, go and have a look back at the game when Lloyd Kelly.
I'll
come
be
on.
watching it back. Don't worry about that.
Have a look.
I'm
at
not
his
watching
body
that
positioning.
again.
Have a look at his body positioning when he was defending on that left side of the penalty area. Mate, I tell you something now, that lad's got some brain. He has got some footballing brain. He was down, he was allowing them to move into them channels, which Lewis Hall was struggling to get back to, and there was no way. The only time he did lose the ball is when Kraft come from centre to left back at one point, and obviously Kelly then had to go more centrally to cover for for Kraft, who would, for some unknown reason, just followed the ball, lost his way a little bit at one point. Where was I before I was mindly elsewhere? Hell's put down from fouls. How many times did the ref let us play on and the break was clear? None. Ref was an absolute Tommy.
Yeah, that's what I was here. We were taking some. As you're allowed to do, sometimes allowed to take a fast free kick. The referee didn't give us one. Southampton, bang, and one time the ball was. You know how this referee wanted the ball in the exact same place where the foul took place. Southampton took a free kick where it was like 5-10 yards away from where it was.
Right.
And I think that referee lost the game in the first 10 minutes because he was not giving us one thing.
That's what I'm saying. It was more the fact. It was more in fact that like I said, it just seemed to be the harsh tackles in midfield when they were man-to-man marking. Like I say, Bruno hadn't had 5 yards space today. He was getting closed down every time the ball was there, so couldn't dictate play. He wasn't the metronome as we know he can be in the middle of the park by just laying the ball through and then progressing further forward. Everybody seemed to the same. I mean, there was only one time I can remember in the whole game, and guys, please correct me if I'm wrong, that J7 had got the ball and had a bit of space to run in from midfield. I think there was only one time I can remember him doing that. And that's usually typical J7, where he tries to break up play and then drives into the space. There was very little space for him to do that today. So it was very, very difficult. Going back to what
I must have watched a different game here because I saw J7. He was, for me, he was man of the match by a country mile.
Oh, absolutely.
And he was doing everything. He was breaking play up, and he was setting play away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying to you is, our usual stance where we break play up and then we progress the ball forward. There was very little of that today. I mean, our goal come from their mistake. Remember, it wasn't play that we'd built up. It come from the back pass or a bad pass from their keeper.
It was pressing, high press again.
Yeah, absolutely high pressing. But that's what I said. We just, for some unknown reason, I don't know whether it was a tactical not awareness of how these lads are going to set up against us with this 5 at the back, 5 in midfield at times, and 2 going up top. We just couldn't get our heads around the tactics at all. That's what it looked like to me. Didn't give us any space, and it stopped us playing the way we can. But that's just the way, the way I saw it, and I don't want to put words
but Gary,
people's...
but in all fairness, we didn't have a chance to get back in the game because of Shah's red card. So there was we could easily, because I was expecting Eddie to have a talk with the lads and maybe sort them out. Once we were a bit familiar, because if anyone who watched the game, it's obvious that Southampton had kind of one tactic the entire game. With even their corners, they didn't take half the corners. They just passed it out because they felt their run, the side runs were effective. The side runs and the short passes were effective, and they kept doing it the whole game. But because of Shah's red card, we couldn't adapt, and we had to compromise in a sense. So I believe we could have we could have adapted somehow, but the red card took that out of took any sort of adaptation out of play. So we were just struggling.
So
yeah.
guys, here's the stat for you. Right, this is what I said. Before the red card, Southampton had 65% possession. We weren't in control of anything. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know.
And they scored.
Well, that's what I said. They would have been 1-0
that
before
the one
that.
disallowed.
So, and that's what I'm saying. It was I'm not trying to, big them up at all, because to me, it was like that's what I said. You've got to give credit where credit's due, and I think Russell Martin actually played his cards today, and we just wasn't there to equal them or get us out of jail. And like I say, if it wasn't for J7, he covered every blade of grass today. That lad, absolutely phenomenal. Let's just finish a couple of these starred ones that we've got, and then we can go on. Niles put down the rest performance should take away with how poor we were. Even before setting off, we looked like we were on the last. We were on the last
lash.
24 hours. Oh, on the lash.
Looks like we've been on the lash for 24
hours. Yeah, but I mean that was exactly the same. If anybody had the chance to watch Ipswich versus Liverpool today, I made a contribution in the preview to the match in the first hour where I said they were sluggish. Ipswich come out of them like greyhounds out of the traps. They closed the space down. They should have been a goal up at a half time. And Liverpool were exactly the same. And it just goes to show when you've got a bunch of international players doing all these competitions, it does not delay the start of your season, regardless of who your opponents are.
Mm-hmm.
Niles put down, we had 30% possession up until the sending off. How are we in control of the game? They had way more corners and shots on target. Foxy, we were poor, 11 v 11. I'm not hearing we were in control, dominating before the red. Absolutely no chance. Saints should have been 1-0 up. Silly offside for them.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it is what it is, and like I say, I do try and see it as I see it, I suppose. And I don't want to discredit Southampton.
Well, maybe I was carried away in the euphoria of the first game of the season.
And show you should.
But I look forward to watching it again and seeing what I missed.
What you
I'll be watching match today tonight.
I'll not be watching it.
I know you can't.
It was absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
I had
just
loads
watched
of
AC Milan
shots.
and Malik Chow. He's awful. He can't run back, and he's also scored an own goal. We definitely dodged a bullet. Thanks, Jay. The roving scouts.
Oh, did they lose?
I don't know. Obviously, it wasn't a good game, but for Malik Chow by any standard of imagination. Well, as put down, there's no real point of discussing the red card. Posting is one of the worst. We know it. We have to be smarter. I think we missed Trib's shithousery today. Bruno is too hot-headed to be a captain. Yeah, I was surprised, I must admit, to see Bruno as captain. But
I was as well.
and there was that, like I say, that 10-minute mark where he could have pulled the lads together and maybe calmed everything down. And like I say, maybe that South American in him, he's just a little bit hot and carries on going. And we see what J7's like. He just carries on. And if somebody's not by the side of him to get him down again, he could be another one that could be seeing red quite quickly. The sign of a good team is winning when we're not playing well, especially when you're a man down. Yeah, absolutely.
That's not half true.
Mark Todd has put down, when are our fan base going to realise that this corrupt league will do everything in their power to stop us getting top 4 and eventually being top financially and pitch decisions too? Wake up, guys. He's backing you up there.
I love a good conspiracy theory.
Sometimes that's what I feel as well. Especially refereeing like this today is ridiculous.
That was it was the worst refereeing I've ever seen.
And I've seen stuff like that in Asia a lot. So
especially when they've had backhanders.
As we've seen about this Aussies, I can joke about this because I am disabled. I can take a little bit further than other people can. Stevie Wonder could have refereed better in that game today.
Probably.
Well, we had that comment during the game, actually.
Did you?
Yeah,
But
that was
that's
quite funny.
well. See, I can see, 'cause as you know, I've been seeing off camera, and that I'm quite happy to see it. Like, bloody, but I am quite like, I obviously have a disability in that, and obviously with people with disabilities, we can take a little bit further than other people, like able-bodied people can, because we can see the funny
Yeah.
side of it.
Absolutely. And it's
Yeah.
good that you see it that way and being light-hearted, mate. Jam Sasha's put down, I'm watching it again, and Shah's head goes slightly forward. And you've got Niall again right at the end here. We actually have good record under Paulson, which is the strange thing. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Because he certainly doesn't do us much favours actually in the game. So what I've done is what I usually do. I've put my 11 down with my personal scores. Be interested to see what you guys think of whether I've got this right or wrong, because I always like to stir the hornet's nest whenever possible. You know that. So let's do this and see my 11 and my scores. Fingers crossed they haven't been rubbed out.
Why don't you hide it and then ask us and then pop it up when we all
Okay, then
finish,
go on then.
and then
Go on. Okay.
and then see who got the same ones. Yeah.
I'll see how close we are. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say anything.
Okay,
Right, so
that's
we're going to start with Pope. Win. What's your score on Pope?
9.
Okay.
9.
Dom?
Just a bit better on his kicking. Could get 10.
Yeah, Pope's an 8 for me, but yeah, his kicking is terrible. But yeah, 8 because it was a flawless game.
Yeah. Roy?
I'll give him 8 as well. One good save. I don't think he had much to do, really.
2 good saves.
Yeah. Oh, 2 was it? Oh, the low one. There was a
Yeah.
And then
Armstrong was a tip over the bar, wasn't there?
yeah, and there's one at the end where he just grabbed it. So
That was just
8. Yeah, I'll give
That makes it 3 good saves.
Yeah, absolutely.
2.5.
Lewis?
9.
Oh, good, great. Go on then, Mace.
9. Kept winning the game.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I love it.
Yep.
Well, I gave him 7.5.
I didn't know you could do halves.
You can't do half.
You can't. So I downed him a little bit to 7 because
Okay, yeah, kicking.
I just did. I don't think he was outstanding. He did what he needed to do today for us, and he saved three decent attempts. But there wasn't anything spectacular
got us
about
3
his
points.
performance. Yeah, he saved us. That's
Yeah.
what I said. So I couldn't go any lower, but I couldn't give him an 8. Go on.
You know when you do the goal kicks, because they all go to one side. Why not have a player on the opposite wing?
What, to distract?
Yeah, his distribution is terrible.
Because of the
Pope's distribution is horrid.
I tell you something
What are
now.
you saying, Mason? Mason, where you wanted to come in on that?
No, I was just saying Lewis was looking for the next train.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If you look at where Armstrong was standing in front of him during his kicks out of his hands, now twice he kicked the ball straight out of play for the bloody throw-in. I mean, I've never known anything like it. So okay, I've given him, like I say, a 7. 7.5 was my score at the end of the game, but I dropped it down because his kicking wasn't great for me. Okay then, Tino Livramento. Win.
7.
Yeah. Dom?
Not one of his.
Dino said 8.5. He had a flawless game, except for maybe 1 or 2 times when the winger got past him, and he was a bit tired towards the end. But I think for 3 quarters of the game at least, I thought he was spot on.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll give him an 8.
Okay. Roy?
Yeah, I'll give him an 8. Up and down everywhere. I mean, it's the second best player for me after Joelinton.
Wow.
Okay. Interesting. Lewis?
7.
Yeah. Mason?
You're on mute.
I'll
Can't hear
give
you,
him
mate.
a 7. I'll give him a 7.
7. I've put him down as a 7. I've put down, look, very good defensively in the second half after an iffy first 45. Disciplined after the red card and won most of the one-on-ones against Edozie. Unable to show anything in attack after the red.
That's
I
interesting.
thought
That's
he was good.
3 7s from the three of us who are actually there, and much higher scores from the
TV
viewers.
No, I think that he played better after
didn't
the
do
red
anything.
card.
Actually, he did. He was more disciplined, and that's what I said. I think the two fullbacks for us today, and you can class it as youth, you can class it as a bit naive with tactics awareness. Didn't know how to deal with their wide players. I have to be careful when I say wing backs because everybody jumps on the chat and starts. Gary loves his wing backs, but it is what it is. And I do think, like I say, was a little bit naive today, but I thought he had a good game. Fabian Schär, win.
4. Inexcusable.
Okay.
Simple.
Dom?
Yeah, that's a 3 for me. I mean, they served him a wind-up merchant, and he just ate it all up. So he should have done better. I'm not forgiving Diaz, obviously, but yeah, Jack could have done better.
Roy?
Yeah, I'll give him 1. Even before the red card, he was few long balls that went through, and one of them, Joe Linton, saved us as well. And so I'll just give him a 1. Stupid, really stupid.
Mate, Lewis?
Can I give him a 0?
You can give him whatever you want, mate. It's your
Yeah,
opinion.
we've had -10 before.
I'm going to give him a 0 because obviously Eli cost us the game.
Could have done quite easily.
Yeah. Go on, Mace.
Probably give him a 0 for not his performance. It's just his I need the word. His distribution cost him. And he's just but not change the word discipline. He's discipline.
That's it.
Yeah.
And sorry, can I just burn for 2 seconds? If you want to watch the highlights for the game on Newcastle United, the highlights have just come onto YouTube.
Lewis, you want to get done for compliments?
I will not be watching
on my phone.
Yeah. Are you finished, Mace?
Yeah.
You've done your bit, yeah? I've put him down as a 3 for Fabian Schär. Defended well, stepping into the midfield to counteract the numbers of advantage, but undid any of his good work with a stupid red card. Was a soft red card, but he should know better. Lucky he didn't cost us, but he'll miss 3 games now. Dan Burn, win. Your man.
7. Not one of his better games, but he didn't drop any major ricks or anything, but nothing spectacular. Couple of good clearances.
Yeah. Dom, go on, mate.
Solid 7 for me as well. He did well as could be expected, but Southampton weren't really giving him much trouble as well. So yeah, 7 for me.
Yeah. Sorry, Lewis, go on. Roy, go on, buddy. I'm just reading the chat.
8. I couldn't stand him playing on the left, but I love him in the middle.
Yeah, good.
He led that team with 10 men and just solid. I mean, we made them look. I'm trying to think of the word for Southampton.
More disciplined?
Inept, or no? Southampton just looked clueless. They couldn't go through us.
Final third hadn't got a clue, had they?
Yeah, and he's part of it because they couldn't get across the board. He was getting everything. Yeah. And some of the balls in the middle.
I was quite impressed with some of the runs that Armstrong was making, and he never got picked out once.
once. No, well, he dropped into that 10 slot, and it made it very difficult for which player was going to mark him, because we were outnumbered virtually everywhere in the park. And that's what I said. That was their tactics that really upset our balance today. Toon Talk, Connor's just said here, against a better team, we would have got beat. I'm glad it was only Southampton.
We would have been walloped.
Yeah, because
next week is massive now.
Yeah, it is.
Already, second game of this season.
Especially they beat us last season, so we need to do it now.
7 as well.
Yeah,
simple.
happy.
Yeah.
Mason?
Who's this? Who's this for?
Burn.
Yeah,
Big
wakey.
Dan Burn.
Big demon.
Yeah, get off your phone, man.
To be honest, I'm going to give him an 8.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought he's another player at the back who kept winning the game. And no, I want to give him a 9 for kicking off in the tunnel.
Yeah. Bringing Diaz off the floor was quite funny.
Yeah,
but I thought.
What actually happened there? I haven't seen the incident in the tunnel yet.
Oh, you'll have to watch that back. Yeah, it was fun and handbags in the tunnel at half time. I gave again. I went 7.5. I know we can't have half, so I'm going to drop him down because he wasn't man of the match for me, but I did think he did well. I've put him down as he marshalled the defence well after the red card, won everything in the air, made one crucial block, and helped see out the precious clean sheets. And that was where I did. Moving on to Lewis Hall win.
5. Very poor. Got caught time and again, leaving acres of space behind him. He needs somebody to have a word with him. Not the player he was pre-season.
No. John?
Mine is highest is 6. So it's like a 5 to a 6 because he did some good stuff, but he did some stuff he wasn't supposed to do as well. So yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. We win. Someone's got to have a word with him. So yeah, I'll give him a 6 if I'm feeling generous, since he did help us with the clean sheet. So I'll give him that. But he's like a 5. It's like he was painfully average.
Yeah. Okay. Good lad. Roy?
Yeah, I'll give him a 6. Before the red card, he looked okay, and then after that, you'll see him for 5 minutes. You think, wow, he's great, and then after 5 minutes, then the next 5 minutes, he's shit. And then he was like up and down in the same game, and he gave the ball away a lot. So, but he's still a kid, and I don't know. I don't think he's had this situation before when he had to play with 10 men for an hour. So I'll just give him a 6. Yeah, first time. He got a shock of his life today.
He did.
Play Liverpool and Salah on that side.
Lewis is giving Lewis a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he looked a bit off today again. Maybe because that is the first game of the season. Fair enough. And maybe we're not up to full fitness, and we had to play an hour with playing against 11 men when we're down to 10.
By the way, he did 2 clearances.
There's no excuse for not being up to full fitness. None at all.
No.
But he did one goal line clearance.
Which came from his mistake in the first place.
Yeah, I think so it's like Jekyll and Hyde within 1 minute.
Wasn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Go on then, Mace. What's yours?
I'll give him a 7 generally for the fact of his clearance he's made. The clearance he's made. Can't give me fucking mouth. Words with me mouth. The clearances he made in the game.
Okay. I gave him a 4, if I'm honest, and I really did debate, and I think I only gave him a 4 because of his
the clearance.
Yeah, exactly, because he kept us in the game. Very poor performance, early yellow card, muscled off the ball numerous times, and gave the ball away needlessly around his own box on several occasions. Goal line clearance was vital, but needs to improve to keep his place in the side.
There's
Moving
one
on
more.
to-
Did remember the back heel? He did a back
That's
heel.
what I said, yeah, in his own box.
One of them. I know, it's unbelievable. What the hell
Unreal.
is he doing there?
Yeah,
I thought it was
exactly.
Gordon in the beginning, and then no, it wasn't.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the game that he played against Man City, where everything he touched just didn't work. And that's what it felt like
Yeah.
today. And again, I wondered whether it was the fact that he was frustrated because there was no way out for him. Because you know what Lewis Hall's been like all pre-season. He's been marauding down that line all day. He just didn't do that today for whatever reason. He just couldn't get out of that, like the 20-yard line at all. Longstaff win
5.
for Longstaff.
I've heard people going on about what a great game he had and all these tackles. I think I can count him making 2.
Okay.
And again, just watching him just marking space. My son and I were saying, what's he doing? What's he doing? You know, the number of times he's standing beside a player and the ball gets played away from him. He follows the ball, leaving the player that he was marking unmarked, and within 3 seconds, that player gets the ball. And then he's running back. Instead of staying with the player that he's actually on then, he's then running back. He's clueless.
Yeah.
But, you know, fair play to him. He was part of the crew that stuck together and did a job.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just to double check. We're talking about Longy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, maximum 4. He looked like he was working hard, but he had very, very, very little awareness. His passes were horrid. He looked a bit lost. I mean, I could see he was working hard and trying his best, but he looked really lost. So it's like between a 3 to a 4. So the best I could give him is I'll give him 4 for effort, right? If I didn't think about the effort, it would have been a 3. Yeah, he looked pretty lost in where he was. So I think he cost us a bit.
Okay, interesting. Roy?
I'll actually give him a 6 because I enjoyed that tackle against that little greasy twat.
Diaz. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But again, I need to find somebody who can give me a stat. How when he's got the ball with him, controlled the ball, how many yards does he cover with the ball with him? Because it doesn't seem he doesn't even do 1 meter. He just passes it straight away.
Yeah, I think that's the type of player that he is, though. There's a lot of people like that don't actually progress the ball very well. I mean, but like I was trying to explain,
he carried the ball past a player once today that we saw. Because we remarked on it and said, "Oh, hey, look at that! He's taking the ball past the player."
Yeah. That was in the first half.
I mean,
and he passed it to Murphy.
He was on the edge of his own D against Girona, his first goal. So he was he was the defensive midfielder, and he collected the ball and played it square. And then you didn't see him because that's the type of player he is. And then he goes on one of these slow marauding runs, and before you know it, he's up the other end, putting the ball into the net. And that's the type of player he is. He's not one of these players that's like a J7 who's going to control the ball and progress it himself. He's a player who will just pick the ball up and try the easy pass and go. And I think you need that balance sometimes in the side. Because I say ball progression's never been Longstaff's strength. Lewis, Longstaff.
Or passing. Or tackling.
I'm going to give him a 4 for Longy.
Yeah.
I like when I was watching the game, I forgot he was playing. I'd never he just blended in today. I didn't see. I couldn't see him at all.
Exactly.
Go on, mate.
Mason, you should start thinking about the player as soon as the win starts.
No, I'm thinking about giving out what to give him. I give him a 4.
Okay.
I thought he had a all rightish game. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought I'm
okay.
gonna give him a 4.
Give it a 4. Going to go with a lot. Well, believe it or not, I gave him a 7. The biggest cheer up until the goal by sliding down Brayton Diaz. Robust, disciplined defensively, did well in a very tough game. Did exactly what he was told to do by the gaffer.
See,
because,
those,
you
I
know,
gave him a 6.
yeah, there you go.
Me giving Longstaff a 6 is a miracle. That's what I'm
It's
drinking Coke now.
Hallelujah!
I'm drinking Coke now to dilute the alcohol.
And full
Because I'll wake up
fat
and I'll wake up tomorrow. No, it's a 0. I'll wake up tomorrow and think, shit, I gave him a 6.
yeah, exactly.
No, I would love to be able to. I was hoping against hope that those 2 goals would give him a bit of confidence, and he would come out and start producing the goods. I was really, really hoping that would happen, and it just didn't. He was the same old Sean for me.
Yeah.
2 more games.
funny
2
how
more games.
It's funny how we see different things, isn't it?
Not all.
Foxy, Sean, no duels won, no tackles, immature performance.
Well, he definitely won some tackles.
Not according to the stats by the looks of it. Bruno Gilmeire's win.
9.
Okay.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
And I don't know how many. You say Southampton. Your stats earlier said Southampton had 15 fouls. I bet 10 of them were on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. He got kicked up in the air today.
You just got kicked. But the referee, again, disgrace, no protection at all.
Yeah.
And good on him. Good on him for not retaliating.
Absolutely. And that was one of the points I said. You know, this is going to be a test for his captaincy now. Is how he goes through the game now with having these constant kicks on his heels, because it does get at you after a while.
Everything that will
Dom.
produce going forward came through him, just about.
You know, I really want to give Bruno a 6. I really do, but he felt like a 5 to me, because he did what he was supposed to do, but I guess I was expecting much more. So yeah. So he was a little what's a word? He was invisible half the time. You know, either he was getting pushed or he was pushing someone, but he didn't. You know, there was no magic hat. I didn't see any magic hats. So yeah, I would love to give him at least a 6, but I can't. It's a 5 for me.
Okay. Roy?
I'll give him an 8. I was going to give him I probably would have given him a 6 if that game finished after 80 minutes. But the last 15 minutes, he got fouled like 7-8 times, and I thought his score just went. Yeah, his score just went ding, 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 ding.
Yeah,
exactly. And the goal that was disallowed was his fault. Ball running. Sometimes he just keeps that ball for this extra.
Yeah. He was dispossessed a couple of times, which is
you
why
just release it. And if he does that, release quick, it will change his game completely. But anyway, the last 10 minutes, amazing. It was like, and there's a ball that went out, and he just went to the fans and he did his Bruno thing.
Several times.
So I'll give him an 8.
Okay. Lewis?
Sorry, Roy, to put in there, but I had to do the Famos because as he does. I'm going to give him an 8 as well. I would give him a 9, but obviously he's still learning to be a captain. I think give him an 8. He's still got to work on his captaincy, and thank God there was no injury to Bruno today, because the tackles on Bruno today were horrible. One from behind. The referee said he won the ball. How can you win the ball from behind if you have to take the leg first to get the ball?
Yeah.
That's why he needs to protect himself by sometimes releasing that ball early before that guy comes with the tackle.
Mm. What do you think, mate?
9.
No?
I thought he
Okay.
stepped up massively as captain, and I said earlier on, no disrespect to Kieran Trippier, but I think we're playing better with Bruno as captain. I generally think that we play much better with Bruno as captain.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I gave a 7.5 in game. So as I was seeing it, I was marking it. But I'm gonna drop it to 7. I'm not going to take it up a notch because to me he was captain, and the one thing I saw you need your captain to do is obviously calm people down when the storm was around us. As much as we didn't concede, we lost our way a little bit, and we did run around a little bit like I say headless chickens because that's the wrong terminology. But we did look lost for 5 or 10 minutes post the red card, and I think that's the time when a captain should stand up and say, "Lads, let's just calm down and get on with the game." Yes, we didn't concede, but so 7 for me, and I put down had the honour of leading the team out as captain, but was uncharacteristically sloppy in possession early. Work rate can't be faulted, but going down to 10 men stifled out any attacking impetus, showed his defensive abilities in the second half, and was man on a mission to make sure we won. And that's like what
Exactly,
Roy
man
touched
on a
on.
mission. That's exactly what
Yeah,
he was.
because obviously he was doing the shithousery stuff there. As soon as he got touched, he was going down, and he was just getting us further and further up the field as the game grew to an end. So I thought that was really good. J7 win.
10. Fantastic. Fantastic. Non-stop, like a tank. Just unstoppable. Brilliant.
Cool. Dom?
I share the same view as Win. It's a 9 or 10 because the whole game you only saw Big Joe running about. You saw Big Joe making the tackles. You saw Big Joe putting on the pressure. So Big Joe was everywhere. I think he held up the team today. I'd easily give him a 9.
Roy?
10. The boss. He's the boss.
boss.
It's Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen. He was everywhere. And my favorite moment was, it was probably in the last 2-3 minutes, and then Southampton's break, and he comes there, tackles the guy, and just keeps walking, turns around, he's running. Fuck off, stay there. He's back. So 10 for Big Joe.
Good lad. Lewis?
10. Man of the match. He got us the goal. And so if we got the goal, held on for the rest of the game. Bob's your uncle. Good night.
Yep.
Fair enough. Mason?
10. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal today. 10 and my man match. And I see the happy clappers in the chat. And good evening. But there's a few just popped up.
I gave him an 8. I thought he was by far man of the match, and I've bear with me a second because I seem to have gone from where I wanted to be. Man of the match, scored the winner, covered every blade of grass, colossus in midfield, breaking up play at every opportunity, winning duels, and breaking up play at every opportunity and drawing the fouls to get us over the line. What a player!
Yep.
And that was my take of him today. Absolutely phenomenal.
Mike Ashley legacy there.
Yeah, absolutely. It just proves what
No,
can be bought.
no, as
on
a
the-
number
Tell you,
9.
just as an aside on that, I was surprised that I think the Joy Linton song was only sung once with any
Yeah, it was weird,
kind
isn't
of
it?
gusto. And I thought it would have, I mean, I was trying to get it going myself a few times. And I was very disappointed with the crowd in terms of appreciation for him.
Going on to Murphy, win.
5. Didn't do much at all. I mean, he was only on for half an hour, obviously, but whilst he was on, he didn't do a lot at all.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 4 for me. Yeah, I agree the comments as well. If he stayed longer, maybe you could see more, but in that half an hour, he did nothing, but he didn't do anything wrong either. So
Correct.
I'll give him a 4.
That's why.
Yeah. Roy?
Yeah, I'll just give him a 5. Not much really. There was a couple of moves him and Longstaff did with Tino, but nothing there. Just a 5 anyway. The
Yeah,
victim of Fabian Shea.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why he
absolutely.
was today.
Lewis?
A standard 5.
Yeah.
Mason?
You're mute,
Muted.
Mason.
You're muted. Are you still with us?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll just give him a 5 for obviously not being on the pitch for as long as he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think we've virtually all covered it. I've put down 5. Unlucky player to be hooked due to the red card. Prior to that, he struggled to get into the game. And I think, like I say,
Did nothing wrong, did nothing right.
Did nothing wrong, but yeah, exactly. Anthony Gordon win.
Well, I seem to be on my own with this one because I thought he had a great game. I give him an 8.
Okay. It's your opinions, mate. I mean, this is what I said. You're a fan. You
Yeah,
pay your money.
I thought anybody who was talking about him playing to get away, I thought he worked his socks off. He was getting hacked to bits and getting no protection.
Oh, absolutely. He got caught a few times.
No, I've got no complaints about Anthony Gordon at all.
Super. Dom?
I don't have complaints per se, but I thought Gordon's performance was a 6. If you watch the first half of the game, right, there was some half decent passes and all that. He just didn't get to it. He looked tired. He did his best when he did get the ball, which was more than happy for me. But I felt that he was a bit low energy for whatever reason. I don't know why, but he just looked tired to me. So I thought that if he was like full energy and his usual energetic self, could easily be an 8. But he was a 6, so he did well. He did okay, but yeah, I thought he was tired.
Roy?
Thank you, Southgate. 6 minutes he's played, and he missed the preseason, and this shows now. So I'll give him a 6. It's going to take a couple of weeks till we probably see Robert Gordon back. So yeah, just 6.
Lewis?
A 6 as well.
Okay. Mason?
I forgot. That proves the point. He hasn't played much football over the summer.
Yeah. But he has played. Go on, mate.
As Roy's just said, thank you, Southgate. Appreciate what you've done to Gordon, and P.S. Fuck you, you're no longer England manager. And I know I was a little bit harsh to him earlier on, but yeah, I understand now why he didn't get. He wasn't at the level he usually is, and yeah, I'm going to give him a 5.
Okay.
Thanks to Southgate.
I'm not blaming anybody. To be fair, it's the individual on the day. Ran his heart out. I only gave him a 6. Ran his heart out, pressed well, but had limited opportunities once we went down to 10 men. Didn't look fully fit or quite at it early on, but did well to keep going. Because, like I say, now at least he's got some minutes in his legs. So going forward, that should benefit us. Isaac, win.
Five for the assist. Because apart from that, he was poor, I thought. I was surprised he stayed on as long as he did. I would have liked to have seen Asula given a shot.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, but it just you know, he had a couple of opportunities where you expect, and he just the ball was bouncing off him, and disappointed, but great assist.
Absolutely.
I mean, the little build up to it and that.
Yeah. Well, I say he intercepted the goalkeeper's pass, didn't he? And then cracking pass to J7.
Yeah.
Dom, go on then, mate.
I'm on the same boat again. I think he was a. Okay, this is tough. Because of the red card, he became a 5. But before the red card, he was actually doing his part. He's doing really well. But because we were lacking a forward ball playing centre back and share, the chances for Isak were severely limited, so he couldn't play his usual game. So overall, because of the red card and all that, because of the adjustments made, I would give him a 5 ultimately. But he looked like he could have been a 7 or 8 easily. But that's how it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Roy?
Yeah, I'll give him a 5. Just he was doing loads of things that he's not used to doing. Playing with 10 men and he's sitting back there and defending. Normally he'll be at halfway line when he'll break.
Yep.
Yeah, and thanks for the assist as well. So yeah, just 5 out. We'll see much better from him next game, I think.
Yeah.
Lewis?
I'm going to give him a 6. Didn't look right. If that makes sense, he didn't look like himself.
Okay.
But if I don't look at the camera, I have got much of the on in the background.
Yeah, I know.
Lewis,
We know you far too well, Lewis.
And
Go on
Lewis,
then, Mason.
please don't show Lewis, please don't show.
I won't.
Because you don't want to get Chris cancelled, don't you?
I don't want Chris to get cancelled.
Go on then, mate.
What about
Trust me, if he gets cancelled, it'll be either me or the might we win.
Or me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people that like that. Go on, mate.
I'm gonna give him a 5. I thought he wasn't up. I thought same with Gordon. I thought he wasn't up to it. I think hopefully be up to scratch by the Bournemouth game a week tomorrow.
Full week's preparation.
Absolutely. I gave him again 6.5. I'm going to drop it down to 6. Great assist for Joe Linton, but unable to make a huge impact on the game. Defended from the front shoutly and had a few nice touches, but unfortunately did give the ball away towards the end of the game when it would have been easier to run and keep the ball and possession. So going into the subs then, Kraft came on. What do you think of Kraft's performance when he came on?
And didn't he do well? I thought. Didn't he do well? 8 for Kraft for me.
Okay.
Some excellent clearances. Got stuck in, broke the play up nicely. Yeah, did very well.
Cool.
And brought it out a couple of times as well.
Dom?
Yeah. For me, it's I would have given him a 7 if I gave. Did I give Burn a 7? If I gave Burn a 7, I would have given Kraft a 7.5 because I thought he came in, he did his job. He did his job pretty well. No complaints there, but he did slightly better than Burn because I thought Kraft's positioning was much better. So he was quite effective for us in defense. So I think his positioning probably gave him an edge. So if I can't put a 7.5 over Burn, I'd give him an 8. So I thought he was more than decent.
Okay. Roy?
I'll give him an 8. He didn't let us down. He actually looked more tidy than Cher did before he came off. So the thing is with Kraft, he's never let us down.
No.
And I'm happy for him to stay next year, the year after. I'm more than happy for him to stay. He's never let us down. And when Trippier was in that takeover season, he played, I think, 15 games or something, right back. Never let us down. So, yeah, I'll give him an 8. He's from
lad.
Sweden.
He is. Lewis?
Why do you know who he supported as a kid?
Who?
No.
I have no idea what's happened to my camera.
Kraft supported.
It's still pointing to
Kraft
your face.
supported. Roy's not going to like this, but Kraft supported Man U as a kid.
Oh dear.
Well, the thing is, most of Scandinavia, they support Man U.
Mice, where you gone, Lewis?
Man U and
But
Celtic.
that's better.
That's
Um,
better.
I'm going to give Kraft a 7.
Okay.
Brilliant
Mason?
when he came on.
Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he was pretty decent when he came on.
Yep.
So back is again. So I'm going to give him a 8.
Cool. I gave him a 7. Slotted in well alongside Byrne and held Southampton at bay. Swept up well. Looks more comfortable at a centre half one now. Yeah, I mean, I agree with virtually everything you've said, and everybody in the chat seems to more or less agree with you. Kelly, win.
7. Solid.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Dom,
I give him a solid 6. No disrespect. He came in. It was a great debut from him. But nothing spectacular. But he did his job. I thought he'd do a bit. I thought he did a little bit better than Hall. So yeah, so I was happy. But a solid 6. He didn't play that long too.
okay. Roy,
I'll give it. He made me feel a bit more comfortable when he came on than when Hall was there. So yeah, I'll give him a 7.
True.
yeah. Lewis,
7.
okay, cool.
Good debut for
Nice.
him as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mason,
Mute.
Yeah, 4.
4.
None.
Yeah, Kelly. 7.
Oh,
Okay. What was the 4 then?
it sounded like you gave him 4 then
4?
at the start, Max. Yeah,
No,
it sounded like
no, 7.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give him
go
a
on.
7. I'll give again. I know he's came in from Bournemouth, but it's a learning curve for him.
I thought he was, perfect.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think you'll probably get. Since it's Bournemouth next Saturday, I think you'll get a start because somehow somebody must have listened to every podcast I've been on and said we should start Tino. Luckily enough, he did, and they should do it. Like Kelly on Sunday because it worked with Tino today for some reason.
against his old club.
Yeah, indeed. It'd be interesting. I didn't put a foot wrong, gave him a 7. After replacing Hall at left back, solid, and the odd tidy pass out of defence. 2, great body position, shape, showing the defender where to go. Blocked most of the runs, and covered centre when other players moved to close down in the wider positions. Good, solid performance all round. Barnes, win.
4. Did
Yeah.
absolutely nothing. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. He hasn't. We know he hasn't got the pace.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to make up for that with his brain and his abilities. But albeit it was difficult for him to show them. But if Gordon was taken off just because he'd got the minutes in his legs that Eddie thought he needed, Barnes didn't do anything for to come on and say I should have that jersey next week.
Okay. Dom.
Dom's shaking his head, so I wonder if he's gonna give him an 8 or something.
Yeah.
Barnes was absolute shite. Barnes was absolute shite. I give him a maximum 3. I like to give him less than 3. However, but I'm not attacking him, but I can't defend him either. He's not a Gordon kind of player. Like if you give him some space, even with a man down, maybe Gordon will still run. But Barnes can't do that. Barnes needs to build up play. So because we're playing with one man down, putting in Barnes was actually a waste of a Barnes, if that makes any sense. Because we were one man down, so putting in Barnes in, it was pointless. It was effectively pointless. So I think he was misplayed. So I give him a 3 at best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just before you, sorry to butt in, Dom. Japadani saying that my mic's low. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Get your ears tested, bud.
But it is quiet, but I can still hear you.
Okay. I don't want to be too loud because if I get too close to the mic, it does boom with this mic, to be fair. Roy, go on, mate.
And he's inconsistent. Can't remember the last time I've seen him play really good in 2 or 3 games in a row. He did a little run and tried a dive. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
shocking.
And then
It was
he's too
shocking.
slow. Yeah, and he was on for I'm the same as Win. I'll just go with 4.
Yeah. Okay. Lewis?
4 as well.
Dom's having some right fun in the chat here, I tell you now. I'm not. Go on, Lewis.
4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go on then, Mace.
I would have given them a mark up if he had took that chance and scored in the second half.
I think we would all have done that.
I'm gonna give him 4. I would have given him a 5 if he had of put the game to bed.
Well, I would have probably given him an 8 if he'd put the game to
Yeah,
bed.
if he scored, I would give him an 8 or 9.
That's what he's there for. But he didn't.
Absolutely.
That's the point.
I
Didn't look
gave
like
him a 5. Yeah, I gave him a 5. Struggled to gather a pass into the final third that could have got us in behind. Didn't really get into the game, but wasn't easy with just the 10 men. So, like I said, there was a couple of times where I think him and Isaac could have linked up, and what he decided to do, what Barnes was decided to do was then try and run round 3 players, and what he'd got then is Isaac on the ball and 3 of the Southampton defenders in a line that it was impossible for actually Isaac to find pass in the ball without giving the ball away. And Isaac then should have kept hold of the ball and then run it into the corner and then bring Barnes back into the game. But for some unknown reason, like I say, Barnes just wanted to get in behind all the time, and that really wasn't what we should have been doing, especially because he hasn't got the pace. But it is what it is. Right, let's have a look at the chat. So just so I'm not cheating, there's my team. So all the figures that I've read out there should all mirror on there. Obviously, apart from the substitutes, and just to show I've got Pope at 7 as well. I'll just bring him in. So there you go. But like I say, I thought it wasn't all doom and gloom as much as it was backs to the wall for 70 minutes. It was. So let's have a look at some of the chats that we've got either way.
Well, I tell you what, it was far from doom and gloom. We got 3 points. That's
absolutely.
Absolutely. That's
No,
what
3 points. No, the 3 points is great. 3 points is great. I was probably more angry at Craig, Pawson, and Diaz.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. I think it inflamed everybody, mate. The crowd were
Can we give a referee? Can we just rate the referee?
There's no point.
Lewis.
Yeah, that's just no point.
Lewis.
0 for the
Lewis, if we did that, everybody would say nice words about Craig Pawson, including
right then, let's. Oh, here we go. Scraping a home win to newly promoted Southampton. It ain't looking good, bro.
Fucking cunt.
Watch the bloody
Hey,
watch the bloody match first.
Don't get wound up by it. It's like I said, you know, look where we are compared to them. Don't get wound up by it.
Have they
Hang
played
on,
today?
no
Hang on.
Oh,
Guys,
I haven't seen the
Play
scores.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Are you
Sheffield
out
Wednesday.
of the Carabao Cup already before you
Yeah,
kick the
exactly.
football?
They played.
Yeah.
Don't
Malcolm's play
even
Sheffield
bait,
Wednesday
man.
tomorrow.
Don't
Wait.
even
Oh,
bait.
that's what they're looking
Wait.
for. Don't worry about it.
Well,
Davey T has put down.
there's no Mackhams in Qatar, and there's only one in Malaysia. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Not worldwide. Jam Sash has mentioned it before, but that push by Diaz was dangerous. If you were not expecting it, it can jar you back, even the gentle nudge. I
Yep.
think that was probably a little bit more than
Can
a
I just go
gentle
back?
nudge, wasn't it?
Can I just go back to the Mackham? Imagine if he's related to that Phil Brown, the ex-Hull manager.
Yeah, no, like I said,
We're not invested in Mackhams.
Yeah, that's what they're expecting, mate. I only put it
They're
in
in the
there
championship.
just to get it going. James Cuff has put down Shah's head didn't move ahead of his shoulders.
That's what it looked like to
Be a
me.
clear head
So that's
movement.
exactly what I've been saying. If you watch it in slow-mo, the person who made the first move before the whole drama acting was actually Diaz. It wasn't like Shah's head went there and Diaz fell off. It's like Shah's head was here, Diaz went here, and Diaz went back.
Yeah,
so
and that's what I said.
it's
It was
not-
Diaz's movement that made it look like there was a headbutt. But
No, but you've been consistent, Gary, saying that Cher's head went forward.
No, Cher's head was leaning forward, right? And he went to push his head into his face. That's what Cher's did. That was his momentum. And what Diaz has done is met him, and then he's gone backwards. So it looks like Cher has headbutted him. That's what I said. And then you get that inconsistency. Because with Cher's reaction standing over him and then turn round, and then you get Burns come in who gives it the whole fracas. What the referee's done then, he's agreed with the original decision by throwing the red card up. If there was none of that afterwards, it may not have been. All I'm saying to you is, or if Cher had gone down to the floor, the same as Diaz, then what would it have been? It's like I said, it was a 50-50 situation.
Yeah.
And the referee has made a complete hash of it. I'm not saying it was right or wrong. All I'm saying is Shaw made the referee make a decision. And the decision was wrong. And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know, in football, we're actually trained to not go into opponents with our heads, so we go in with our chests.
Yeah,
so it looks.
Hill says here, look, Gary, in your statement, you said can be sent off. Right. If you look at the rules, the refereeing rules, if you lead with your head, you're allowing the referee to make a decision, on the spot decision. So if you lead with your head and you get a reaction like Diaz did today, you have to make a decision at that point. So it's either going to be a yellow card for whatever he's seen, or like I said, he's come to the decision that it was violent behaviour and he's given the red card. I can only say what I saw, and to me, it was a leading of the head into Diaz's head, and Diaz has made contact by coming forward, as you rightly say, and he's gone down.
To be
it is what it is.
After I've had a look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Mark Todd has put, when is our fan base going to realise that this corrupt league... Oh, we've done that one, haven't we?
Done that one.
Yeah.
Apologies. Pedro, does Win watch the match?
Win does watch the match.
James has put down, although he didn't have his best game, Hall made an unbelievable goal line clearance in the second half. Saved the game for us. Yeah, he did. Absolutely. David T, my only disappointment, even with the man down, you can still keep a bit of possession. We needed a bit more, to be a bit more savvy.
We needed to be a lot more savvy.
Yeah, we did give the ball away a lot. David has put down Shah moved forward and eyeballed Diaz, but Diaz ensured contact by touching Shah's forehead. There you go. And that was the way he got Shah red carded after diving. And that's exactly how I saw it. It should never have been a red card. It was a crazy red card, but he gave the referee an option, and that's what I said. If you take that away, you don't get the option to do it. Foxy's put anyway. Rather see us win today, and this way than blitz Southampton by 4 or 5 and learn nothing. Last season we blitzed Villa and got carried away. Went on to lose the next 3 games, and I think that's Foxy's got a good point there because we can go away now and we can actually refocus on where we
let's
went wrong
hope that
today.
they do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going to be the action plan going forward. Bandits put Southampton had us figured inside out. We were rudderless even with the 11. So lucky. Shah's face in team pick says it all. He only won, not smiling. He knows he got out of jail. And if you have a look at the photo, the team photo afterwards,
He's
hardly
that
see
pig.
yeah, you could hardly
Yeah.
see him. He's so low in the crowd, and I think that says it all. To be fair,
But when Diaz, at half time, he was smirking, running off.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you can go back in time and you can see all the things that have happened in the past. I mean, Ronaldo is a big thing when he got Beckham sent off.
Yeah,
with
with
that
a wink.
little wink. Yeah, absolutely. These guys do. It all the time.
Rooney. He got Rooney sent off.
Rooney, not Beckham.
Sorry, Rooney. And it was what's his name's? I can't think of his name now. Simone, wasn't it? For
Simone is the one who did Beckham. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was Simone who put his thumbs up to the bench.
Mission accomplished.
Mission done. Yeah, exactly. Beers put down that the right side doesn't work. We are so asymmetrical. Everything down the left-hand side. Yeah. We just couldn't get out of any side today. We just couldn't use the left. We couldn't use the right.
That's where I couldn't. That's where I must be seeing a different game because again I commented to the band. We were working the triangles down the left-hand side of the penalty area, whereas in the past it's always been Miggy, Trips, and Bruno on the right. Today, and the stats are obviously proving me wrong, but to us it looked like we had the best of the game first half hour, predominantly through Gordon, J7, and Lewis Hall. Working up the left-hand side.
Okay.
And I'm sure I look forward to watching it again. I'm sure there was at least 3 or 4 occasions.
Right.
That situation arose.
I just thought there was no outlet anywhere, and that's why I wanted somebody like Trippier on, who's got a bit of a pass on him, who can progress the ball down the wings, and maybe give us an outlet. I mean, it makes no difference now because as soon as the red card come, it changed the game anyway, didn't it? The entire game got changed. Pedro Stocco, do you think we will get a right centre-back in before the window ends, or even a right winger? Well, I think the emphasis on a right centre-back now is going to be more so than ever. There was a lot of pictures today of the 5 in the stands, Mitchell and the like, all watching the game.
Was Marquis' agent there by any chance?
Was who there? Sorry,
Marquis'
agent.
No, didn't see him.
You can't speak to him without Palace permission.
Hall was taking
Unless
too
it's
many
agreed.
risks with the ball, which you can't do down to 10 men. Had some solid moments, but right decision coming off for Kelly. Yeah. Longstaff 6 did more than he did last season, but he is playing for his position now with Tonali's days away. Yeah, I think he absolutely right. I thought he did well. Foxy's put down Longstaff 6. He stayed disciplined in that midfield, which we needed down to 10 men. You couldn't rely on Willett coming on, playing that role, so we had no other choice, really. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Hence, we didn't see any more. I'm surprised we didn't see any more substitutions in the 70+ minutes, just to slow everything down and give us a time to settle. I think Eddie had made a choice to take the lads as far as he can with the 10 that it was on the field. I know Willock was coming on in time added on, but never actually got a chance to get on. GTLF has gone. Jesus, did the lads watch the match? Some of the comments are beyond me. Okay.
To be fair, me, Win, and Mason were at the match.
Well, it's like I said. Everybody sees it differently, and that's why I said today you've got three members of the panel that watched it on the telly, and three that were actually at the ground. And that's what I said. Sometimes you can get different opinions because you don't see everything as you do on the telly, and that's what makes me, I love to hear the differences of people's opinions. And like I say, again, I don't know what he doesn't agree with because he doesn't say that. But we'll see. There's certainly somebody who's not happy with me in the chat anyway. Japadoni's put Shah won one head duel. He got head butted and got sent off. It's terrible. Jamstasha, I don't see how you can give Bruno a 9 for this game. What will you give him when he's really on? Okay.
10.
Yeah, there you go. Jamstasha, we're playing better with Trippier as captain. We drew, and we could have lost to Southampton at home. We drew.
Huh?
We drew.
But we won.
We didn't.
We won.
Don't know what that one.
There's a nice little Brucey bonus for Jam Slasher there. We won.
We won. Bruno, Paul, first
I'm
half
going to
hour.
head off now.
Right.
All right, then, matey. Take care.
See you.
See you, Louis. Bruno, poor first half hour, was getting caught out, but down at 10 men he improved. Poor foul from him at the injury time to give a dangerous free kick away. Could have been costly at a 7.
I'm guessing the tune must be coming on Match of the Day.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
With Lewis
ravishing Rick
that's why he's going, yeah.
Livramento and Hall liabilities defensively. Yeah, I can see that as well.
Well, no, Tino was until the red card, then he
tucked in, didn't he? That's why I said it was really funny to see them defend the 18-yard box, and they created a wall. And like I said, that's what got me, because I don't really see that much of Eddie doing the very narrow defensive units. He still likes to kick out wide, but today was just a wall in front of that 18-yard box, and it was like, they took a couple of long-range shots, didn't get anywhere. But a couple of times they did get to, they were just looking for that second ball, that deflection, when they were starting to hammer the ball through the middle.
From where I was watching, we were playing 5-3-2, not 4-4-2. On that wall. No. 5-3-2.
Well,
virtually the whole time.
If you class Popey in there, you're right. We did the 3-2.
No.
Was
no. I'm not classing Pope.
Well, who was the 5? Because you had Shaw sent off.
Well, yeah. Because when Shaw went off was 5-3-1. Because you had Gordon, Bruno, and J7 behind Isaac.
Yeah.
And then you had Livramento.
Yeah. If you look at the back four, you had Tino, Shaw, then he got sent off and was replaced by Kraft. Then you had Byrne and Hall. And then when Hall got replaced by Kelly, it stayed the same. And all you had then was one of the lads tucking in from the midfield. And so you'd have Bruno just standing in front of them with obviously J7 and Longstaff just jockeying. And if you look at Longstaff, a lot of the time, Longstaff was actually supporting Tino down on the right fullback position. So it did probably look like that. But it went to a 4-3-2 at some point. It was changing all the time. Alan Thompson.
Anyway, I need to revisit this game again, and
Fantastic result, lads. As much as we hate the sending off,
Exactly.
the rules
That's the
are
main thing.
Yeah.
Let's get up
Yeah.
again. 3 points.
Exactly.
We are top of the
3
league.
points.
Well, not,
We're-
we're fifth.
We're fifth
But
on
you're
goal
right.
difference.
Yeah, exactly. We
Brighton are
we
top.
say we are top of the league.
Yeah, haven't got any.
Just think, 2 years ago, I called Joe Linton one of the worst players I had ever seen. Just
Well, you weren't wrong to do
unbelievable
that.
turnaround.
We
No,
all did.
absolutely, we all did. Yeah, exactly. Murphy get a 9 off me. He got hooked because of the red, but he never sat down on the bench. He was up cheering and doing what he could to help the lads. So for that, he gets a 9 off me. Yeah, fair play to him,
Bless
mate.
him.
And that is like, and you said it earlier on, didn't you, Win, about that coming together, that camaraderie, that
Oh,
team.
you
team
cannot buy
spirit.
it. You cannot buy that.
No, exactly.
I gave
and Stephen-
Lascelles a 9 last season, and he didn't come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Getting booked on the
Gary is
touchline.
talking.
Yeah.
Stephen doesn't like what I'm saying tonight. I don't know why. It'd be interesting to understand where I'm talking a lot of rubbish. The red card made the rest of the game irrelevant. Well, it didn't make the game irrelevant because we wasn't great before the red card. Statistics are statistics, buddy. If we had 11 men, we'd have kicked on. Well, if you'd have listened or watched the game live, I did say what you'll get from these is exactly what Ipswich did, and that was tiring in the second half. Come 60 minutes, Ipswich just couldn't keep up with the high press, and that's exactly what I said about Southampton. You can't fault the way they started, and you've got to give respect where respect is due. They out-thought us today in tactics, and we just didn't have anybody in the team that could do the opposite, and that's what you need. You need players that are going to change their mindset, not our mindset. We were just too penned in today.
I don't know. We'll have
I
this out
respect your
on Monday,
opinion.
but I don't know that I go along with you at all on this one, mate.
Well, that's what I said. You'll have to. Again, I can only go on what I've seen.
Yeah. Well, I'll be having a good look through it. You better
Yeah,
tune
fair
in at
enough.
12 o'clock on Monday because we'll have seen
Don't
ref
have
watch by
those bloody rose-tinted glasses on.
If we're a few minutes late, it's because ref watch is still on.
Yeah, exactly. We're still going through the game.
And we're still
Barnes
going through.
game to
We're
make
still
an
going
impact,
through the
starting some
headbutt,
nice
but there's certain aspects of this game that I haven't seen at all.
Well, like I say, everybody's been in the chat that has commented about certain things.
Yeah.
We're just going to finish on Foxes now because at the time, Barnes
I could
difficult
well
game.
come back with my tail between me legs.
Not at all, and that's what I said. Everybody's got an opinion, and that's what's beautiful about football. Everybody sees the game differently, you know. We've seen Chris in the background. He's made his opinions known, and same as the other lads. Everybody sees the game differently. I try and be a little bit more, I suppose, open, and don't always wear the black and white glasses as I'd love to, and I try and call it as fair as I possibly can. But that's me. Sometimes even I get it wrong, and I'll be happy to be told if I'm wrong, if I'm honest.
Well,
there you go, Jeff. That's
2 hours
about
we've
it,
done.
really. Yeah, exactly. I think I am absolutely knackered, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
I'm half asleep.
So, exactly. All I want to say is thank you to everybody that's contributed into the review of the game today. It wasn't the best game for us.
sadly not. It was a hard watch.
It was, but we have
points.
got the 3 points. Exactly. So again,
And that's
thank you
the
very much.
Smile on everybody's face. 3 points.
Yeah, thank you everybody in the panel.
The
Obviously, Win,
relief.
Roy, Dom, all the way from Malaysia who can't sleep because obviously it's the middle of the night out there, early morning, and Mason, and obviously Lewis who was
5
with us.
a.m.
Yeah, exactly. So again, thank you all. You make the show work, and again, thanks everybody in the chat. We will catch you on the next one. Ciao for now.
Bye
Who's the
for now.
twat?